Hi there, it's Jessica Weaver. How are you? I am the author of Strong Woman, Stronger Assets and the founder of my Strong Retirement Club and the finance blog, Not Your Father's Advisor. And today I'm talking about retirement and fun. How much of your retirement income can you use for fun stuff? Now, how many of you think that retirement is more than just planning out the money and it's more than just having fun? It's also about finding things fulfilling. How to have a fulfilling life in retirement. Because retirement is its own lifetime. It's not the end of your life, it's its own entire lifetime. And we need to make sure we have enough money to do the fun things, but also to make sure you're fulfilled each day. And when I look back at where I was 2 years ago, I was not very fulfilled in my job, so I hated it. I didn't know what I was going to do because I joined my father's firm and I needed to find a way to make it work so that I wouldn't have to leave him and give up on our dream, along with my brother who's here too, our dream of having this family firm, this awesome firm to give back to more and more people and work with families through the generations. A lot of my father's clients, we now have their kids, their grandkids, even sometimes the great-grandchildren, and it's so cool to see. So I needed to find a way to feel satisfied at the end of the day, that I really have a purpose to each day. You know, a lot of women who are out there watching this, and a lot of women that I work with, they're coming from a career where they don't feel that satisfaction or fulfillment, or maybe they do a little bit, and now they're coming up to retirement and they want to make sure they make the most of it, and they do have that purpose, that identity, something that's driving them, something that they're passionate about each day. And they come to me and they don't really know what that will look like because they lived this way for so long. And that's why they come to me to work with me, because I've been able to do it in my own career. I've invested my time, my money, my energy. I hired a coach. I worked through her mentorship. I've done 2 mentorships with her. And hi, Lindsay. Thanks for watching. And it's amazing where I've come, right? I wouldn't have this book without my coach. I wouldn't have the Strong Retirement Club. I wouldn't be on, I'm going to be in Oprah magazine, be featured in Oprah magazine next month. And I wouldn't have that if I didn't put that time and energy into it. And it wasn't always easy. There were a lot of times I kept thinking, I'm doing so much work. So much is being sucked out of me. Is it ever going to pay off? Am I ever going to reach that next level I had in my mind? And I feel like I am reaching it now and I'm on my way, and that's why I want to keep helping more and more women. That's why being an Oprah is going to be awesome, because it's just going to get my message out that you can find fulfillment, whether it's in your career now or in retirement. So retirement is more than just planning out the money and the fun stuff. It's having that purpose every day, feeling really good about yourself at the end of the day. And in my club, our next live club event is next week, and I've been preparing for it. I'm so excited. And this topic is properly funding your lifestyle. And we need to know how you're going to live in retirement. If we don't know how you're going to live, we don't know how to plan for it money-wise. We don't know how much money you're going to need to spend. Think about when we're bored, what do? We spend money. We go shopping, we go to concerts, to theaters, different things, and we're just spending money. We go to restaurants, we go to happy hour. We're spending money left and right. So we need to know how you're going to live in retirement. And I recently read a book about you can retire sooner than you think. And they did a survey over 1,000 different retirees, and happy retirees have at least 3 different core pursuits. 3 different hobbies and activities. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Candy. Thanks for watching. They have 3 different core pursuits, and it's the happiest retirees have very social core pursuits where they are part of a club, part of some sort of volunteering. They're surrounding themselves, they're engaged with the community, with their friends. The most popular core pursuit of unhappy retirees is reading. You're not being social when you're reading. Hey, so we talked about that in the club, how to live an authentic life in retirement where you feel engaged, where you feel you're being challenged in a good way, especially mentally, and how do you feel good at the end of each day. And then we tie that in with the money. And today we're going to talk about how much of that money, retirement money, do you actually get to spend? It could be on fun stuff, it could be on other things. But a lot of people ask me, well, how much of my retirement income is being taxed? Because just like in your working careers, you have that partner with Uncle Sam, the same thing in retirement. Uncle Sam is still there waiting to get their money. So let's look at different streams of income for retirement. We have your nest egg. You've been setting aside, and maybe a 401k, a traditional IRA. All that money is going in without paying taxes on it. It's growing tax deferred. So guess what? When that money comes out, you're paying taxes on it. So if you look at $1 million 401k, it's not really worth $1 million. It's tax inflated. It's worth less. And I go through this with women going through a divorce. Retirement assets aren't viewed the same as $1 million in a 401k isn't worth the same as $1 million in a bank account. That bank account money has already been taxed. All right. So when you withdraw money from your IRA, your 401k in retirement, all that money gets taxed at that time. If you have a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA, that money isn't going to be taxed. You already pay taxes on it. So it's nice to save into a combination of both, especially if you're younger. Take advantage of having both retirement money in a Roth and in a traditional IRA or 401k. Pension money. That money is going to get taxed too. At the federal level, your pension money is going to get taxed. Your Social Security, that could get taxed. And this is what we'll break down here. I have my worksheet for my club meeting next week. So if you are married and you make more than $32,000, in between $32,000 and $44,000, up to 50% of your Social Security will get taxed. If you make more than $44,000, and that $44,000, that takes into account withdrawals from your 401k or your IRA. Remember that. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefit can get taxed. I'm sure that's going to change. Hi, Tony. Hi, Cece, if you're watching. That's my niece. So basically, they are now taxing your tax. Okay? So it's so important to remember that when you take out money from your 401k, and I see this so much with my clients, they take money out of 401k, we have taxes withheld, just like your paycheck. So they see the net amount. They don't see the gross amount that they're actually taking out. So they think, oh, I'm only taking out a few $1,000s, but it's actually a lot more than that because we're withholding for taxes. And they always forget about that, right? We see what comes into our bank account, just like your paycheck. You see the net amount. And I tell them all the time, if you just lower your withdrawal amount a little bit, it goes so much farther because of the taxes being withheld. The taxes are a percentage of what you take out. So remember, Social Security might get taxed, your pension's going to get taxed, withdrawals from a traditional IRA, 401k for the most part are going to get taxed. And a lot of people have been asking me, well, what's the best state to live in retirement? Because a lot of states change up what they tax. Some don't tax your pension or Social Security. Some do one or the other. And I think what's so much more important, what I found is not what the state income tax is, it's the cost of living in that state. That's a huge difference. So Florida, no income taxes. Florida's a great place to live, but a lot of people don't want to live in Florida. I love Florida. I was just in Tampa. It does get really hot. You don't have the cold winters, but it gets hot. But look at the cost of living. So New Jersey, I live in New Jersey, I work here, very expensive. Property taxes are so expensive here, and we see people leaving here because they're paying $8,000 a year, $10,000, sometimes $20,000 a year in property taxes. If you move to, let's say, Delaware, just a few hours away, their property taxes might be $1,200 a year, not a month, a year, $1,200 a year. And if you live in Delaware for a certain number of years and you're over the age of 65, your property taxes go down even more. We have some people paying $800 a year in property taxes. So that if you go from $10,000 a year to even $1,000 a year, that's $9,000 that you can use for fun, for travel. And that's what we see a lot of people do. That's their newfound money. That's their travel money. Okay, so think of the cost of living. We pay a lot, much higher in utilities, going out to eat. Everything in New Jersey seems to cost a lot more, not just the property taxes. So look at that. How much does it cost to buy a new house somewhere else? What are the property taxes, the utilities? the HOA fees, homeowners association fees, if you want to be in a community. Communities can be great in retirement too. A lot of our clients who move to retirement community, they love it because they're social. There's so many clubs, there's happy hour, there's things to do. And traveling, you get those group rates. And the communities are newer. We always say buy new in retirement so you don't have to worry about fixing your furnace, your roof, those big expensive projects. That leaves more money for fun money, for traveling and doing fulfilling things in retirement. Okay, so if you want to know more information, I'm doing these Facebook Lives up until my next club that starts in early 2019. Yay! The Strong Retirement Club number 2 kicks off in January 2019. I have a few retirement roundtables coming up. The September one is booked. Hi, Siobhan. The October one has a few spots left. So if you want to know more about how much money you can spend on fun things in retirement, having a really awesome, fulfilling retirement, because remember, it is a lifetime. Right? I went over this in the last Facebook Live video, but we have 3 different stages in retirement. We have the honeymoon stage. Everything's nice, we're loving life. Then when you start to slow down and we go through the relaxation phase, you're still doing things. You might not be taking these huge trips across Europe, but you can still get around. You're still doing things, being with the grandkids, traveling. And then we have the reflection phase. And this is really about how significant has your life been. And it really switches from internal to external, right? How significant has your life been to those around you, to your loved ones? How much of a mark have you made on this world? And how can you do even more at this point in your life? And then we start thinking about that legacy planning. We should be thinking about it all the time, but this is really when it hits home for us and we feel it. And I always say, how cool would it be if you can make a bigger impact on people's lives when you aren't here? And that helps me not be terrified of death. I think that's really cool. If I can impact the lives around me so much more when I pass away than when I'm here, that gets me excited. I don't know about you. I know we don't like to think about death, but we have to, all right? So let me know, strongretirementclub.com, if you want to know the club dates and the roundtable dates, and thanks for watching me today.